Please welcome Olivia Sommerer, representing the class of 2023 as this year's student speaker.
Surprise, Mom and Dad! I did it! Thank you so much. Good morning, family and friends, faculty and staff, but most importantly, good morning to my graduating class of 2023. I am so incredibly proud of every single one of us for making it to this special moment. For some, this always seemed like something that was achievable, had no question in mind you'd make it here. But for others, it was something that never seemed possible. Regardless, we put in hard work and determination to get here, and for that we should be so proud. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Olivia Sommerer, as the announcement said, and I'm a first-generation college student and a proud DDL student, majors in communications, innovation, and social justice, and I'm so grateful and I'm so honored to be giving this year's commencement address. Before I go any further, I need to thank some important people in my life that are part of the reason I'm here today. First and foremost, I want to thank my incredible family for always showing me nothing but unconditional love and support. I love you guys so much. I want to thank my amazing friends who never fail to lift me up and make me laugh. And lastly, and probably most importantly, I want to thank three amazing professors of mine: Cindy Brandenburg, Mike Kelly, and Craig Pepin. I will forever be grateful for your support and insane level of patience with me. I don't know where you got all that patience from, but I'm glad you had it. Okay, now I'll be honest with all of you. I don't have any outstanding academic accomplishments. I never once made the dean's list or the president's list. I never got straight A's. I've always been about a B student. But guess what? It didn't matter. Throughout the last 4 years, I have built such meaningful connections. Through the Freeman Grant, I was able to travel the world and intern abroad in Thailand, something that only ever seemed possible in my imagination. The classes I took encouraged me to get out into my community, collaborate with real businesses, work on meaningful projects, and even pitch my own business idea to real-life investors. Most importantly, I was able to become the person that I needed 4 years ago, and I owe it all to a little thing called courage, something that Champlain College encouraged me to practice so well. One of my favorite movies of all time is this little film called We Bought a Zoo with Matt Damon. And if you've never seen the film, I'll give you a quick synopsis. In 2006, a guy named Benjamin Mee buys a zoo, literally buys a zoo. And it was broken down and in desperate need of a caring owner. While at the same time, Benjamin and his family were struggling too. But there's a scene in the film where Ben explains to his son that our lives are defined by the moments when we put ourselves out there. When we take the risk that if we had thought too much about or been too deliberate about, we may never have been capable of taking. He says, you know, sometimes all you need is 20 seconds of insane courage. Just literally 20 seconds of embarrassing bravery, and I promise you something great will come of it. Over the years, that quote's been a driving force for a lot of memorable moments in my life. But here's a fact. A person isn't brave naturally. We can only be brave specifically, in the moment. And that's as true for you or me as it is for anyone in our lives. But courage is something that should be nurtured by surrounding yourself with people who not only want you to be brave, but believe that you already are. And I really believe that Champlain fosters an environment where bravery is nurtured. Whether you have a professor who encourages you to travel abroad when you've never left your hometown, maybe it's a group of friends who push you to be the most authentic version of yourself and love you for it. Maybe it's your career coach pushing you to apply for a job that seems super scary. Maybe it's having a student body that encourages students to stand up against issues on campus and share your stories in a safe space. Or maybe it's having a president that encourages every student to truly believe in themselves and their impact on this world. Looking back at my last 4 years at Champlain, it was in these specific moments of embarrassing bravery where I was able to grow more and more into the person I am today. In those 20-second moments, that's where I grew. It took 20 seconds of courage to go up and talk to someone new on the first day of school who would later become one of my best friends. 20 seconds of courage to ask for help when I was really struggling. 20 seconds of courage to ask a super attractive person on a date, and they said yes, by the way. 20 seconds of courage to stand up for something I believe in rather than stay silent. I mean, it took 20 seconds to walk my ass up to the podium this morning. Courage means never being afraid of what others think of our opinions, but at the same time, never being afraid to adapt if we find the opinions of others right or good for us. Because like most things, courage is of no use if it makes you stubborn. Champlain has given me the courage to set some big goals for my future, such as starting my own business, joining the Peace Corps, maybe running a barefoot marathon with Mike Kelly, until one day become a college professor. So I was thinking if Champlain offered a course on courage, I would totally teach it. And these are what I think the learning objectives would be. 1, students will identify their own attitudes and beliefs about courage. 2, students will learn the importance of staying curious and remaining open to listening to others. 3, students will learn the importance of caring for others as well as themselves. And 4, students will learn how to practice acts of true courage. Now, this may seem all easier said than done, right? I mean, I'm not religious, but this morning I got on my knees and I prayed for the courage to get through this speech without completely screwing it up. But the brilliance of this 20 seconds of courage idea is that even your own fears and your own weaknesses take longer than that to kick in. So, think about that today as you begin this next exciting chapter of your life. Think about it as you consider whether to go after that job you really want, as you're mulling over that big decision, as you're questioning whether you should stay silent and go along with something you disagree with. Never forget the power you hold and the impact that you're gonna have on this world. Let us all dare to give ourselves just 20 seconds of some insane and embarrassing courage, and I promise you something great's gonna come of it. Thank you.